stjerne vet. Men når du trenger kjærlighet, glem de andre, kom, bli med meg. Lek med ild til dine fingre brenner, men når du ikke har sted du kjenner, glem de andre, kom, bli med meg. For når du hører hjertets kall, da følger du det, vet jeg. Jeg er forsynt, har selv levd, så jeg forstår din vei. Bare vis deg fram så folk får se, men når du trenger mer enn det, glem de andre, kom, bli med meg. Kjærlighet, glem de andre, kom, bli med meg. Lek med ild til dine fingre brenner, men når du ikke har sted du kjenner, glem de andre, bli med meg. For når du hører hjertets kall, da følger du det. Jeg er forsynt, så jeg forstår din vei. Bare vis deg fram så folk får se. Men når du trenger mer enn det, glem de andre, bli med meg. Glem de andre. Glem de andre. Glem de andre. Glem de andre, bli med meg.
Well, I'm back, sort of. First of all, I want to thank you all for watching my videos. I kind of jumped a little bit when I saw it was 3,600 people watching this, and I appreciate it very much. And especially the people from US that mentioned that it's far and long between decent, honest reviews on YouTube appears like this, and for that I'm very humbled. And I got some comments on my speech and the blurriness, and I can assure it's not because I've been smoking some happy stuff or things like that. I just came home from a center that's trying to help me. Some of you may know that I'm seriously ill, and the speech thing is one of the things they're gonna help me with. In Norwegian, it's called a logoped. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but they help you with the speech and massage your cheeks and things like that. As you heard in the saw in the title, this is mainly about the Yamaha DM3, and I got some questions about how it compares with, for instance, my Soundcraft. I used to work on Soundcrafts a lot, both digital and analog, and lovely boards. I love the Soundcraft board. They are both in studio and live. They are very good. They kind of pioneered the way, especially in Norway, for the digital mixers with the VI series. It was a revolution at the time. I don't know now if I would be as happy with it, but for the time, I've done a lot of touring with the VI series, and it's a great console. They use this MIDI concept, while some other use the Dante concept, and I will say that the Dante system seems to me to be a little bit more flexible and a little bit more common these days, if you're into that kind of stuff. There's a lot of education about Dante networks and so on. I feel if I go into this is going to be a little bit over the top for this small mix, which you actually can have with the Dante network on it, but for now let's keep to the mix at hand, which is the DM3 standard. And for my expectations going into this area, it's been a joyful journey, because it does exactly what it says on the can. So some people are very hang up that it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, and so on, so on, so on. If you go really deep into this matter, what it have and don't have, it has exactly what you need to get the job done. And there is a difference between being creative in the mixer end and being an artist in the other end. When you're finished being creative and artistic and you're in the mix end, you start to be the communicator of what the artist is doing in the other end. I don't know a better word for it, but you stop using a lot of creative tools and shit to make things that in your mind is very hip and yeah, but that's not actually what the performer tried to give the audience. He is making his own things, and that's what the performer tries to deliver the audience. So at least in the acoustic world where I live, and the importance of learning different styles and genres is very much underrated, and the way you set up and tune your, in this case, smaller systems is paramount. If it's a big affair, because if the room doesn't play with you, or you feel that the room is playing against you in any way, there's actually no time to figure out what to do with the room, because you don't travel around with 50 handyman to rearrange the room. So whatever you come to, you're stuck with. So what I usually do is, if I got the time for it, which I usually put in as an extra half an hour, when everything is set up, I use my RTA system, real-time analyzer, and I see where the room is making dips and peaks, and then I try to correct it on the EQ on the mix. There's no point overcorrecting it. Just make it sound sweet. And what I usually also do is I set my level. This is the maximum I'm gonna play tonight, and I tune it from this point on. There's no point of tuning up a room from, let's say 92 dB, and you end up playing 103-4 dB. Then your tuning don't actually work like you intended to do. And the stage monitors as well. Usually I use a fill system, side fill. And I use wedges, 3 in front. And it's actually, in most cases, it's more than enough. And I can teach you a very neat trick to get, if you're a little short of time and you need to have a good monitoring and you need to have a good front of sound, use a microphone. And when you talk into it, it would probably sound pop, 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 like this the first time. And when you set your EQ, whisper in the microphone. When you can hear everything clear and sufficient, that's when your EQ is right. When you whisper, and this is coming true, and every sentence and every word in the sentence is clear, then you're in the ballpark. I will guarantee you that if this is, and then when you talk, your microphone sounds in the ballpark. This is especially useful when you use, like most people do, Beta 58, SM 58, things like that. It can be a little bit in a sharp end if you use a high-end condenser, so just bear that in mind. But the technique is the same. You can if you're really in a hurry, you can use it for front of house tuning. It's done in 5 seconds and it's really effective. So, and also this, when you do this with the mic, you can set your bass drum sound immediately. Just emulate that kind of EQ. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, your kick is finished. This is old school, but it works. And the compression, leave it till you hear the band. Don't just have it ready, and don't compress so you hear it. In my opinion, that's if you use a compressor as an effect, you're thinking, in my opinion, the wrong way to use a compressor. It's more to even out the things, not to dramatically raise the volume of things. You have a gain control, use it right. And that's where this little Yamaha DM3 comes into play, because it is exceptionally nice to gain. And the compressors and gates are immensely effective. I can say that on a live board with the built-in compression, I never used anything remotely close to this. This is I love the simplicity of the board, because I can use it all to the full extent. On these big boards, you end up using maybe 5% of what the thing is capable of. And you can easily do a arena job on that. What are you gonna do with this kind of board in a small club? Evaluate what your needs are, and sometime in the future you may stay in a big arena. I stepped down from that now, and I'm doing clubs, and that's why I'm scaling down the system. But it's still capable. I could easily do a big arena job with this console, but maybe it wouldn't be that many performers. But if it's a trio or something like that, it's more than enough. But it doesn't look right when you're standing in, oh, I'm the boss, I have a big console, and okay, that's part of the game. We all love this. This is our 5 square feet of heaven, but, well, the audience is not there to see you. They are there to see the artist. So, very nice boards out there, and very cheap boards out there, and you can test yourself by doing sound on a very little analog some kind of thing. If you can make that kind of thing sound reasonably good, then this is gonna be a giant step up for you. But if you're thinking that this is I can't make the soundless because it's too small and too simple, and somehow you should be able to do it. But if it's impossible for you, you may be better off thinking of another kind of career than doing sound, because I'm sorry to say this, but then it's probably not for you. If the only thing is the amount of plugins you have, and it doesn't help you. I can tell you with a certain confidence that you cannot fix things that on the with the plugin in the mix. You have to start with the beginning, and the beginning in this case is probably gonna be an amp or an instrument of some kind, and then your job starts. What kind of microphone? Where do I put this person? Etc. etc. And the things you're gonna fight the most is that I don't want to stay there. I want to stay there. Yeah, but Mr. or Mrs. It's very difficult if you want to stay there. It's a whole lot easier if you go there. And then the people say, but we're used to stay this way. Okay, that's fine, but take a couple of minutes and get used to standing like this, because point one, the bleed from your mic and this other instrument is unbearable. I cannot work with this. But if you go there, it's workable. This they understand mostly, they do. And this problem will occur, especially with bass and drums. The bass player usually likes to stand with the hi-hat. But then he want to hear the acoustic piano that's on the other side of the drums. And then, okay, he wants more piano. And the stage is gonna kill everybody but the bass player. Because the bass player, first, he play too loud. He want to hear whatever, hi-hat, but he want to hear especially the piano. I'm talking about acoustic piano. If it's electric, you could stand in another account, it doesn't matter. But if you move the bass player in between the drums and the piano, so he actually stays very close to the piano, then the volume drops considerably on the bass. And then the stage starts to get livable. So if you work from there, and then drummers start to play a little bit more musical, and so on, so on, so on. Suddenly, after a song or two, the stage is set. Like I like to call it set volume. And then they actually start to play music together, because they can hear everything. So don't blame your equipment, because it's probably not the equipment's fault. If you can't make it sound right, learn it. A plugin won't save the day, except one. I just found one plugin that's really, really, really good. I was working around this Soothe 2 plugin. It's good. It's very good. But then I came across something called the Gullfoss. It's from Iceland, as far as I know. And Jesus Christ, this is good. It's very intuitive. It's exactly made for you, and especially me. You can lift and tame, and it's so intuitive. And if you have a good set of speakers at home, this will save your day. Okay. So again, thanks for all the viewers and all the comments. And for some strange reason, I get all the comments in my mail, but I didn't know I had so many comments. But well, until next time, as usual, I'll be back when I got something to say. And for the guy that thought I was smoking something, I didn't. It's just I struggle a little bit. I struggle a lot, actually. So grab a mic, go out, have fun, record whatever you like.
en mås på taket, den är så vit och fin. Det finns där alla sommarens dagar, och den flyger bort när helst den behagar.